time.
We are live.
Wait, is it really live?
The Goon Squad!
Oh, it's live for real.
Oh, yeah, we on
wow.
this.
You didn't give him his moment of silence, so he didn't know what to do.
I hadn't.
No.
They just threw me all off.
I just went with it.
Oh,
We're going full
baby.
bang. Full bang in championship weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Oh.
go.
Championship weekend.
Means it's my weekend again.
By the way, Croy, my youngest,
Yep.
sings that every day.
Why?
Every day and tells Alexa to play it because apparently he listened to it once at daycare and now
Just loved it.
loved it.
Oh, that's fair.
And he's a champ. So
Eh.
it is what it is. I like it.
That's what it is.
What's that say about the other one?
Apparently he's a well,
Oh,
well,
these games are
you can't be a loser
good.
because there's no time for losers
Right.
and they play together. So
These are
That's
good.
good. All right.
Go ahead,
All right.
Ryan. Recap.
Let's go. This is a good week. I love this recap. I love it.
We did
Start with
pretty
Thanksgiving, buddy.
darn good overall. We're definitely gonna start with that Thanksgiving special.
Bama.
What?
Stoy, you dog.
Definitely gonna start with that
till
Thanksgiving
we get
special
there.
here.
Can't hear.
First game of the week. You can't hear anything.
Can you hear me?
You. No, I
Turn
really
up our
can't.
mics.
You're fine.
You can hear me, right?
I can hear
I
you.
can hear me too.
Stop it, James.
James,
I couldn't hear him.
are you good?
Yes, I can.
hear.
Okay, now I can hear.
All right.
He unplugged his ears. It's fine.
Game number 1 that we had on the slot. Number 8, Ole Miss versus Mississippi State. Mississippi State was favored at 1.5 when we looked at this, and the total was at 62.5. We kind of crushed this across the board.
Except
James,
for one person.
yeah. JMJ, you didn't want a goon lock.
What did I
JMJ,
do?
we all
If you would have
appreciate-
goon locked, it would have been our goon lock.
wouldn't
Which
have
one?
goon-
Which
if
game?
you would have
Ole
goon locked, it
Miss.
Ole
wouldn't have
Miss,
happened.
Mississippi State.
You're right.
Thank you, JMJ,
You're the only one that took
for making
the
us look
under.
good. That's why we keep you around.
Or, sorry, the over. You thought that Ole Miss, Mississippi State was going to be an absolute shootout and go over 62.5.
I feel like I'm looking at the wrong thing.
I feel like
Are you looking at Thursday?
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving
special.
I wasn't looking at that. Okay, go.
All right, well,
Allah.
back to our regular scheduled program.
JMJ is now live.
Prestige worldwide, wide.
Again, that was a good one. Next game, number 17, Iowa at Nebraska. That one looked to be getting out of hand for Nebraska for Iowa really, really quick.
Right up until that block punt, bud.
Yeah, I was.
Right,
had
Nebraska
a-
found another way to lose
I had
the
some
game.
stuff sprinkled on Iowa when I found out Martinez was out, and I was in the middle of Target with my wife shopping, and I looked at the score and it was 21-6, and I'm like, well, there goes that money. Sorry.
Nope.
So lucked out on that one. The only thing that we were missing on that one was the over actually hit for once in an Iowa game. So JMJ's always going to ride that Iowa under, but the over hit in that game. So that was good.
Just like you thought.
Yeah. I mean, 41.5 is too low.
That's fair.
I mean, it wasn't for a
fact-
long time.
The fact
you
that I
very
say
much.
41.5
Not
is
too
too
low.
low,
There's no way.
and take the over, and then we go to our next game with the Bears versus the Lions,
You took the under
and the
at
total was
41.5.
41.5, and I went under. It's
Yeah.
two
So
totally different.
You make a lot of sense.
Well, college versus NFL, way different. Way different.
Way?
Oh, yeah. Bears at the Lions. The total was 41.5. The Bears were favored 3 at the time we had our discussion. Most all of us took Chicago and the money. All of us took Chicago in the money line. Most of us took them in the spread. Detroit covered that, and that game definitely hit the under. That damn game definitely hit the under there. That
was
damn
a damn
def-
game.
That was a damn game.
Did you get your brunch? Did you get your brunch nap in?
Jeez.
Guys, that was
I didn't even turn that game on, I don't think, until I watched Chicago kick the game-winning field goal.
that was so boring.
Oh, it was terrible.
And
That's exactly what we thought it was.
Yeah, exactly.
They are who we
what-
thought they were.
I mean,
I
that's-
like
That
that.
was the anniversary of that
Detroit
saying.
just
I
doing
saw
Detroit
that today.
things.
Oh, it was perfect. Next game, Raiders versus Cowboys. This was our worst Thanksgiving game.
Hell. Well, to be fair, last week I did say like the Raiders haven't been looking like the Raiders of early, and they finally did.
Well, you just got to go to Dallas to get well.
Yeah. True. True.
I mean,
Unless
Well,
you're the Falcons.
Well, true. And also, unless you're the Cowboys, because they're not well this.
Well, here's the problem with the
They're
Cowboys
They're
is
ill.
they can't
They're
play
ill.
in the AFC West.
That's a Little Wayne song.
Look,
All
thankfully,
of their
Right.
losses are
Yeah.
AFC West this year.
it's a
so-
good thing they're not playing in the AFC.
Yeah,
West.
they're done. They are now
They're
done with
done.
the AFC West. Yeah, they're fine. Back to the NFC East. Golden.
Golden.
Actually, no,
No.
they got to
South.
stop with the South. That's all right. They dominate
That's-
the South. It's fine.
It's true.
Well, I mean, depends on who's playing.
And
Nobody
that.
for
We'll
either
get to
team,
that.
I don't think.
We'll get to that.
last Thursday
some
night
Bill.
Thanksgiving game was the Bills versus the Saints. And Buffalo kind of did what we expected them to do against the Saints.
Let's get it.
Cole and I thought that this had a little bit more faith in the Saints, I think.
Just like nothing
score a
we
little
picked
bit more.
besides that. Oh, well.
But,
Bears,
I
I
mean,
guess.
obviously that didn't work out in our favor.
No.
Overall, though, we had a really good week of picks on those Thursday night games or on those Thanksgiving games. JMJ had 11 wins. Stoy had 10 wins. I had 11 wins. Cole had 9 wins. So overall, our winning percentage was 68.33 on Thanksgiving.
Jeez, Cole.
Yeah, sorry, holding on the bunch.
It's a theme this week.
Just you wait.
Just you wait.
Just
There's
you wait.
more.
Hold my beer. Z.
Is this
All of them?
multiple? Is that why you have your shitty shot prepared?
That is ready.
Yeah, just ready to rock and roll.
It was cold though, right? At one point.
It was almost
At one point,
It was
almost
almost 0
chilled.
wins for me this week. That would have been a double shitty shot for sure. Maybe a triple.
Yeah, it was rough. Next, we'll go to college football week 13. Had some big playoff implication games. And which one should we start with? Let's start with Oklahoma State.
How I only got one wrong.
Yes, we could start with that. So JMJ had 5 wins. Stoy had 8 wins. Only one
more
loss.
time for the fans.
8 wins, only 1 loss.
Boom, boom, boom.
I had 4 wins, and Cole had 3 wins.
You got me. What got us?
That first game, Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State. What do we think about it, fellas?
I mean, it was what I thought. Honestly, like most of the games kind of
Happened exactly how I thought it would.
Yeah, that game happened and played out about what I expected, about what those teams have shown this year.
Absolutely.
So that was a predictable one. Not that college football by any means, or NFL for that matter, has been predictable at all, but that game kind of fit the bill of what I was expecting to watch.
These next two kind of threw us for a loop a little bit.
Oh yeah.
The Bama Auburn.
Speak for yourself.
The ones that you missed were on, or the one that you missed were on these
one.
next two. But that Bama Auburn game, that 19.5 was a big line, but I didn't think Auburn was gonna stick.
Auburn won that game. The coaches lost that game. I don't know how many times that Cole and I.
And our thread.
Oh,
I was about to run through the TV screen, and whatever. Auburn, Alabama. I don't really care. I think Georgia's going to win it all this year, and I don't think it matters.
but Bama doesn't.
Auburn just.
Oh my Lord! They lost the game. They absolutely lost.
My first text to you about clock management for them was at the 11:28 mark of the fourth quarter. That's when Auburn started screwing it up.
Yep.
With 11 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, that's bad.
And then late when they screwed up the whole timeout situation. So by that time, that's probably 2-3 minutes that should have been gone.
I think I figured it was like 3 minutes and 30 seconds that between play calling and running out of bounds when they shouldn't have, that they wasted between the 11.5 minute mark and 0, which was enough time for Alabama to score on a fade pattern on 3rd and 10 when literally a ball in the middle of the field ends the game. I have no defensive. I can't even. That was so bad.
It was a great catch, though.
There was that. That's fine.
It was so bad. It was bad.
Whatever.
Horribly coached.
Yeah.
That is
That
not
was
on the
just
players.
so-
That was, I think, Stoy's biggest fear. Stoy was praying that Alabama would lose, so then they're like, okay, they have no shot at making the playoff.
Right.
That's what
Don't want Bama in the playoffs at all.
And Auburn was
But here's my
this
thing.
close to doing that for you.
If they win this week, no matter what, they would have been in the playoffs. The committee would put them in with 2 losses if they win this week. So like this week, to me, that's why I didn't really care one way or the other. Because if they beat Georgia, they're in no matter how many losses they have. That's my opinion.
I mean, if they go by that quality of win, I can't say no.
You can't tell me they're keeping a 2-loss Alabama SEC champion out of the top 4.
It'd be really tough.
The SEC champion won't ever be out of it.
But Georgia winning this, I think they're out. Assuming, obviously we'll get to
Yes,
who
no,
wins.
I agree with that.
But them losing
Yeah.
the championship, I agree. But I just didn't want to see him. I want to see him
James?
2 losses.
James,
Yeah.
cat, get your tongue.
It's just I don't even know why we're talking about this. Just, they're not going to beat Georgia anyway.
All right, that's fair.
What does it matter?
That's exactly right. Next
Game
game, number
Georgia.
number two, Ohio State was 9.5-point favorites going into the Big House against number 5 Michigan, and Michigan
Let's get it.
throttled Ohio State.
I said my gut says that Michigan does not lose this at home. Pretty much, I told you guys this, so I bet on it and made money.
Not in here.
And
We're
Cole
gonna-
said,
we're
Cole
not
said
gonna-
2 tutties.
We're not going to tell him what his gut said about other games this
No,
weekend.
my gut did not say that about the other games. I said it. This is the only time my gut said anything all weekend. The
That's
other
not
ones were
true.
just
I
like,
got proof.
I didn't say a gut. I said I feel. It's not, this is a difference.
It wasn't the gut feel.
Not the gut
No.
feel. God,
It's
no.
more of like a left arm feeling.
Yeah.
It tells me
It's a tingle in the left nipple.
exactly.
But
that
Ohio
was-
State just
But that was your.
got
I
worked.
mean, all of us missed the money line on that one. All of us thought that Ohio State was gonna definitely handle that game. You guys obviously saw them covering between James and Stoy. I didn't see that happening whatsoever, and that over those two teams can score a lot of points. And Cole, I didn't hate necessarily hate the
It's just a lot of points.
the
That's the
under.
only
It
thing
is
I
a
didn't
lot
like.
of points because, and then we'll move down to our money line locks, spread locks, over under locks, and money line dogs. We'll go across the board with our money line locks. Stoy had Washington at -104. Kind of a toss up game. They lost.
they got railed.
Yeah, I
It
mean
wasn't even close.
that was
Rivalry games are so weird.
they especially
Lord.
yeah. Next, JMJ and myself both had Iowa at -122. That game had to come from behind, but we got that one. And Cole had Ole Miss versus Mississippi State. He had that at -105 as his lock, and that one
I
don't hit.
still don't
Everybody cherish that because that's the only time you're going to hear that I did something successful.
know. I don't know why I didn't pick that one. I really liked that pick. I don't know why I didn't do it.
Next,
We all talked about that
I know.
pick
I don't know
being
why I
Yeah.
didn't
kind
do
of
that.
a
oh yeah. Next, we got our spread locks. Stoy had Wisconsin -6.5 over Minnesota.
Wisconsin, get the hell out of here with that BS you're playing. That was awful.
I don't know what
Awful.
they're confused.
Row the boat.
Usually in college, when you get
that a
rolling a
song?
little bit, like you kind of stay on a roll. Like
I
I
mean,
figured,
row,
like,
row
it
your
felt
boat's
like
a
their
song,
offense
yeah.
had gotten something figured out,
Clicked. I did.
and
Clearly.
then 2 weeks in a row they just shit the bed.
Absolutely shit the bed.
Because even against Nebraska, they weren't good.
Right.
I had NC State -6.5 versus UNC. Clearly, -6.5 was not a good choice to take this week. I missed that one as well. I think it was a 4-point game that NC State ended up winning. JMJ had a theme this week. He went Iowa at -1.5, and he hit that one. And then Cole had K-State +2.5.
What is Texas doing? Well, what is Kansas State doing not beating Texas?
I have no clue.
I mean, it wasn't the score. Just seeing what the score was, it couldn't have been a good game, but it just didn't.
Wasn't a good game.
Did you watch it?
I watch all Texas games.
That's sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It's rough being a fan.
It's
So,
rough being a Texas fan.
did Texas outplay them, or Kansas State just looked just as terrible? Or
Kansas State looked just as terrible.
that's disappointing.
It's a fun game.
Our over.
Got to get rid of Sarkisian, I think. But I don't think so.
I
But
agree.
I don't know what the problem is.
Well,
For a school of that magnitude, they
you
shouldn't
hired
be
a
that bad.
You hired a bad coach, and now he's going to be put in a worse position. So
Right.
good luck.
They're already asking for his head.
As
Oh,
they
yeah.
should.
Over under locks this week. Stoy took the Western Kentucky versus Marshall
These
under
mother-
73.5.
Mother, it was 74. It
Yeah.
was
73.5. So many
Good job,
points.
Vegas.
Points.
Good job, Vegas.
So many points.
Just Vegas out there doing their job.
Just doing their job.
Just doing their
Good
job.
job, Vegas.
knows.
Love you. Love you.
I was looking through and I followed the money on this one with Buffalo and Ball State over 59.5. The money was wrong, so I definitely didn't hit that one.
Vegas didn't win that.
James stuck with his theme here, went with the Iowa under 41.5. That one didn't hit like we talked about earlier. And then Cole had Penn State, Michigan State under 52.5.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say about that one.
I thought that was just going to be just an ugly. I mean,
I
two
thought-
teams who don't really care anymore, and obviously their defenses cared less than their offenses. So
When you said that last week, I thought that might have been my favorite over-under lock of our picks. Maybe besides Stoy's, because 73.5 is so many points that it's
it is what it is.
So many points.
I'm over it.
And then for our dog locks, plus 200 or
No
worse.
other choice.
Stoy
It's all
took
downhill.
Cal plus
got
210. They got beat up. I actually had Minnesota plus 240 at Wisconsin. I just kind of went out on a whim on that one. Didn't really have a bunch of
So
research
glad it
behind
worked
that
for
one.
You rode the shit out of that boat.
Oh yeah,
So glad it
absolutely.
worked for you.
And then JMJ and Cole both had Oregon State at plus 220, and that one.
Beavers. Beaver always let you down. I can tell you that.
That's why I'm in Iowa.
Moving on to the NFL.
Okay.
Just gonna leave that there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that one.
You don't want to stroke it.
Nope.
All right.
I'm gonna move on. I'm just gonna move on.
We already talked about this game. Our first game that we had on here was Oakland versus Dallas. We talked about that one. Didn't go anywhere near really expected.
At all.
Next game, Minnesota versus San Francisco.
San Fran.
I don't even have much to say about Minnesota anymore, based off the fact that I say this, I think, every single week. They've won, or they've been leading by 7 or more points every single week and have let me down every other week.
I know how it feels. So
I don't know if we've really dug deep, and we don't need to dig deep. What are your Kirk Cousins
Oh,
feelings?
guys.
Boy, crushed it in NFL.
Guys,
News, what happened?
I was just letting you know
Kirk
that I
Cousins?
crushed it.
Oh, that's what you kept saying, guys. For
What are
I
your
thought you could tell us
feelings?
Some breaking news.
I
or
actually,
something.
Are you
no,
fine?
guys, I
with him?
crushed it.
yeah.
No,
I
not
don't
me,
think he's.
Stoy
I don't.
did.
I think he gets
I had a
more
good-
crap than what he
was
deserves.
good.
Like
Which
Kirk
is funny 'cause
Cousins
my
or
betting
Matt
I lost
Stafford?
money. So how does this work?
How the hell's that work?
I like Matt Stafford better in that situation.
Like if you had the choice between the two.
I think so.
Okay. I'm
Who?
just curious.
Kirk Cousins, Matt Stafford.
I personally think I like Matt Stafford, don't get me wrong. I think he gets more praise for what he's done, and I think Cousins gets less. I think they're pretty much the same. I think they both make bad decisions when they shouldn't, and that's why I don't think the Rams they won't win the Super Bowl.
The only thing that I can say with Kirk Cousins is I wish he checked out of stuff more.
Well, he tried to.
He tries, and then he.
Did you see what he did on Sunday though? Was it they played Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to audible to the guard snapping him the ball instead of the center,
That was funnier.
but then they had to call timeout.
That was so funny.
Yeah, that was not ideal. But there was
I just lined up under the. I
Yeah.
just lined up wrong.
yeah.
Running back.
Have you ever
freaked
done
out.
that?
Did you see the running back? I mean, I'm not gonna say no. I don't ever remember doing it.
Right.
I mean, you definitely get up there sometimes, and you.
Well, yeah, but like
They were
you
gonna-
have
they
to
were-
have a timeout.
Guys,
never
it was
get
going to
up,
be a
like,
direct
not
snap.
to under.
It was going to be a direct snap. They were just fooling the defense. It was more of a wildcat.
you-
We
I promise you
honestly
that
had that
doesn't-
conversation when we were watching the game. I was watching with my brother-in-law, and he's like, "Wait, is he gonna?" And then the running back run up, and he goes, "Oh no, that was not on purpose."
But so there was one moment especially that stuck out to me during that game, and it was, I think, a third down, and they were talking about Kirk Cousins taking more shots and doing this stuff, and they ran every single route in front of the marker.
Mm-hmm.
And all he could do was throw the ball in front of the marker. He did. That's where I say I wish he would check different routes more, because he goes over the sideline and freaks out. He's like, that was a terrible play call.
They could also put him in a situation there is no checks.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, does he have that liberty?
No, not liberty. Like there's certain plays there is no check. Like you run that play, or you have to change
but
formations.
if it's 3rd and 9, and we
And
don't
you-
have one route
If I'm
over
a
9
receiver,
yards,
I'm running past. I don't care. Like you got to get the first.
right. But like most of the route trees are based on
Designed for
levels.
Yeah.
You would think.
So that,
If
So
they're
to your-
not, we got big problems.
to your point, I
Well, they're
think,
not winning. So.
to your point, Kirk Cousins is an efficient quarterback, but are those efficiencies because those throws aren't always pushing the envelope too much?
Right.
It's because he has an amazing running game.
So Alex Smith-esque,
Yeah. I mean, I think
but not nearly as Alex Smith as Alex Smith.
not
But
stuff.
less Alex Smith.
Okay, let's
Or
move
more.
on.
He's only got 3
Yeah,
interceptions
let's get-
this year.
can we-
it's hard
Yeah,
to
he's
bash
thrown
the guy.
for
we-
23 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's
You've thrown.
can't
for
really
23
complain
and-
about that at all.
Hey, you got to win this week.
Next game, Atlanta
Let's go.
at Jacksonville.
Yep, 100% baby.
So you're getting closer to that
Falcons.
$1,000 mark.
Falcons under. They have 5 wins, 2 more, and Brian Morrow owes me $1,000, and I am so excited
Did you see
because we play the Lions.
Matt Ryan
So-
is excited
to be in the playoff hunt. Yeah,
Right.
because we haven't been there in years. It's exciting.
I saw that. I'm about to spit my drink out.
I
when
did
read that
spit my
tweet.
drink
I was like, wait, they got a.
They got a chance.
They're in it.
It's like that dude has been battered this year. He should be wanting to get
out.
out.
He's not. I love it. I love the fight.
Guys, all in. More
tough.
quarterback sneaks for him.
So I stayed. I couldn't sleep last night, so I went to the old ESPN playoff machine. Went down that rabbit hole. There's some avenues.
yeah.
They're really small.
What he meant was alleys, back alleys, not avenues.
It's there's some things. Vikings need to keep losing. That helps. Cowboys losing helps, except for to the Saints. But no, Falcons defense looked solid. It's the Jaguars, so kind of is what it is. We have the best corner in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Just want everyone to state that.
I agree.
And you finally get Cordell Patterson back, and all of a sudden he goes for a couple tutties, and
The difference in the game.
we win.
Mm-hmm.
So continue that ride.
Next game up
What the hell are the
Eagles.
old G-men doing there?
versus the G-Men.
G-Man.
What they were doing?
I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't even watch the game. I was watching the summary on ESPN.
You're watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
No,
You
I
guys-
couldn't get it. My fire
Repeat?
stick wasn't working. I couldn't get it.
What?
Didn't Eagles throw like 4 picks or something stupid?
The Eagles
was
threw a
not
lot of picks.
good.
The Eagles were in the red zone like
So did the Ravens.
6 times and scored 7 points or whatever. Dropped 2 touchdowns that would have won the game. Like that was nothing the Giants did.
Didn't
That
Lamar
was
Jackson
all
throw
the
4
Eagles
picks?
sucking. Yeah.
Okay, we're not
4
on
picks
that.
and 1.
We're not on that game though, are we?
That's right. I mean, Hurts and Lamar played the same this week.
There you go.
Yeah.
But wow,
Absolutely.
didn't see the G-men winning that one.
They didn't
Yeah,
win
let's-
it.
Or
let's-
the,
Phila-
what's the
Philadelphia
G-Men's
lost
playoff hunt look like?
How about
I was real
Rieger
happy
dropping
about it, though.
how many
2
touchdowns
touchdowns in a row.
in the game winner?
the one that he dropped off his face too. That I
The
could
game
not.
winner or the earlier
I
one?
don't know how you do that. You get paid millions of dollars to drop a ball off your face.
First
That's
of
what
all,
I'm saying.
a toss up to the goal line when the game is on the line is, first of all, every football player's dream. You want to be in that situation to catch that ball. You don't drop it.
I don't just,
Dropped it.
Philadelphia. I mean, that was the story of that game for Philadelphia. Is like the Giants didn't do anything. I mean, they did cause turnovers, sure, but that was self-inflicted by Philly.
Oh yeah,
I was happy to see it because if Philly wins that game, even if they find a way to win ugly,
they're in it.
I mean, they were. I mean, honestly, I think they're still in it the way Dallas is playing. But like, they were in it. They were
Like,
in it.
in it, like to put pressure on.
And now Washington thinks they're in it.
And they look.
And the Giants are in it.
Get out of here! Like I'm not worried about Washington. I'm
The
still more
NFC
worried about
East is
Philadelphia.
coming back, baby.
God, they're all terrible.
They're not good.
Or are they all really good?
No,
So when they play.
stop. Don't even.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
So next up, we will talk about that Cleveland Baltimore game, Sunday Night Football.
Let's not waste too much time.
Oh no,
Next.
no.
Seattle, Washington. That was even worse.
Another-
You know
All right.
Both of these are
on
bad
to our-
games.
Nailed that one.
Right.
Guys, I crushed them. I don't know why you say they're bad.
These games were bad. Did you watch that game last night?
They
it was
were.
9
How
to
would
9
I?
at
The
halftime.
games were
Would
all
I?
just as.
I'm
I
not
mean,
doing
those
that.
bet.
It was
those
9 to
Sunday night,
9
Monday
at
night were
halftime.
Just as bad as we expected.
Doo-doo.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, as they
Bad
should have been.
football played badly.
Teams that are playing bad played bad.
What do we
Played
have?
real bad.
What do
It
we
was
have down
9 to
low?
9 at halftime.
It was
So-
yeah, and how it got 9 to 9 because
Exactly. It should have been 9 to 3 at halftime.
a two. How do you?
No, it was 9 to
Fumble
7.
two?
No, it was 9 to 7. They blocked the PAT.
then he ran it
fumble.
back.
So,
2 points.
I know, but what do you call that?
It's a block PAT return.
Yeah, but that's not as cool as like a pick six. Is there a better
Well, it was a big
Fumble
man
two.
touch or a big
Big
man 2.
big man too?
Yeah.
It's the two that really screws that
Right.
up. I love it.
This
Well,
is
especially if you had
It's a
plus
long
half,
recap here.
plus 0.5 for Washington.
No, it's not.
Lord.
So our wins, JMJ had 7 wins. Stoy led it again with 12 wins. I had 8 wins, and then Cole coming in hot with 10 wins on this one. Overall winning
My back
percentage,
hurts.
51.339%. So both of them we hit
Over
well
50%. Right. So did you guys see that tweet
Yes.
I showed you from Todd
Yeah.
Furman?
I love
Do you
Todd.
want to talk about it?
Yeah, let's find it because it's perfect.
Do you want to?
Because
you're-
it's like unrealistic for people to think that you should win at like a 70,
60%
even a
mark
60%
even.
clip. That's not realistic.
So
People think,
let's
oh,
Unless you're James.
As
Day,
you're
who
finding
thinks
that-
he wins at 100%.
as you're
Unless
finding that, I'll keep
playing
going
some
through.
midday soccer games. You ain't hitting at a 70% clip. But go
And-
ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, as
I'll
you're
find
going,
it.
as you're finding that, I'll go through our money line locks this week. Stoy had Baltimore at minus 188.
Let's go.
They took care of the
Business.
Browns. I had the Chargers minus 148, and they got beat up by Denver. JMJ had Chicago minus 164. They barely squeaked out against the Lions. And Cole had Philadelphia minus 174 against the Giants. And the G-men took care of business.
Little shout out Eric Saubert for his first touchdown for the
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
That was awesome. And it actually, meant something because it was in the fourth quarter
Right.
in a game, not, a blowout. So that was
Is this why you guys rocked the Drake this week?
Yes.
I always like the Drake.
Oh,
Well, there we go. Fair enough.
Found it?
Yeah.
Go ahead and tweet
The
it at us, buddy.
Drake University.
The D.
Is that where you're changing the name to the? No.
Absolutely.
If I was a
after we
practice
just
squad
saw how
player,
fraudulent Ohio State is, you probably could now take the off Ohio State and bring another Drake.
I should never have been
D.
Ohio State's
The
fraudulent.
D.
They're fraudulent.
we
there. Can we put the D plus back?
we from ZD.
This tweet says
Be blue.
the internet leads you to believe that the best sports bettors in the world hit 60% plus. This is yet another example of where the internet is wrong and creates unrealistic expectations for new bettors. It's not.
Right.
It's just
It's not.
you're supposed to lose. Like
Well,
the
the
house
key
is
to
supposed
that
to win.
would just be number of units on confidence games.
Right. That's what it is. At the end of the,
But
at
that's
the,
what
and that's
people
why
have
you
to
see all these people that
understand.
are
It's
tweeting. They're tweeting their units won. It doesn't matter. What it
Right.
matters at the end of the day, did you win money?
Mm-hmm.
Are you green or are you red? That's all that matters.
Yep.
That's really all that matters.
Yeah.
In my picks up top, I was green. On my betting, I was red. So that's fun.
Yeehaw.
So let's move on to the spread locks here. Stoy had Atlanta -1. Hit that one.
Boys.
I took Cincinnati at 4.5 against Pitt. Hit that. Cincinnati took care of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they did.
JMJ had Green Bay -1. JMJ might be a Packers fan, I think, now because he loves betting on the Packers.
I love Aaron.
If they cover the spread, why the hell wouldn't you bet them?
Oh, amen.
You're not there.
Cole
Can I just take this
No,
already?
you have to wait.
Cole had the Colts +3. That
work
didn't
out.
work out for
That's
you.
fine. I just didn't hand
over
Jonathan
under-
Taylor the ball enough.
Which is ridiculous.
How do you not? That dude's a freak.
I think we talked about last week.
Over under locks. Stoy had Oklahoma Dallas under 50.5.
Oakland.
Oh, Oakland. Sorry.
fair.
I mean,
Sorry, I'm trying to speed through this a
No,
little
you're
bit more.
same outcome.
Oakland, yeah, exactly. 36-33. That one definitely did not hit. I had the Rams Green Bay over 47.5. That one hit. JMJ had Cincinnati versus Pitt under 45. That one did not hit. And then Cole had Tennessee versus New England under 44.5. That one didn't hit as well. For our dogs, none of us hit. Stoy, myself, and JMJ all took Tennessee plus 225.
First.
And then Cole took New Orleans plus
You'll leave
210.
the Michigan game for last.
So who's got the shitty shot?
Cole rounds it out with his overall score between our lock picks
Was
with
1
point.
That's awful. That's awful. Cole.
It's bad, but it could have been worse.
Could have went. Yeah.
What is that shot there?
Oh, prairie fire.
Oh, cinnamon red hot candy prairie fire.
What'd you call me?
That's not what I call you. I don't call you anything.
All right, what are we starting with this week? I think college football should
So fresh.
college football
Bang.
first.
What?
Bang, college first.
So fresh, so clean. All right, let's go. Let's start with our first game.
Leave the one that you have on there last for last, please.
Okay.
Because you think that's the craziest line.
That's the one we have to spend the most time on.
Okay.
That's what I feel like, but go ahead.
All right, let's start first.
Are these
We'll
all-
go.
Wait.
are all these updated?
We'll go.
We're gonna bring in college football, but we're not gonna talk about what's happening in college football first.
The college coaching carousel.
The carousel is hype right now. We're not gonna talk about this at all.
No, you're talking about it, and then I'm going to tell you.
Okay, so
What's really
let's
going
first
on?
talk about how I don't even know what report's true, but did anybody see the incentives that they're giving Lincoln Riley?
Would you like me
the
to
free
list-
jet, buying
ahead.
his houses over $500,000 over
It's
value.
not a free jet. It's unlimited.
Unlimited
use for him
miles.
and his family.
24/7.
And they're buying him a
fun jet.
house.
Free. It's not free. It's just unlimited.
$6 million.
for him.
$6
And
million
then-
house in LA.
and then $1 million
In-
over what?
An
asking?
Oklahoma housing bonus.
Yeah.
And then 10 year, what is it? 10 years, 110.
100, yeah, 100.
And then we have Brian Kelly, who just up and left Notre Dame, which I feel like I texted you guys, and one of the three of you said gross. Did you say ugh or gross?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
that's what
don't know why I thought that, but I said Brian Kelly's taking his ass to LSU, and that's where he took his ass.
Gross.
He was making how much money in Notre Dame?
$2.67 million.
Okay. And the
But
reports
how
we're
did
seeing
that?
now,
Can we?
he was underpaid at Notre Dame.
How?
But I don't think
Why?
he was.
School they don't
I don't
pay.
think he was because what did he do at Notre Dame? Did they win anything important?
They went to a couple
Nobody
of
wins any.
championships.
What has Lincoln
Did they
Riley
win?
won?
Oh, we got whooped.
He hasn't won anything either.
No, that's what I'm saying. These
That's
guys
the
are
whole
all
point.
overpaid. Why
They're
is
all
it?
of
overpaid.
them.
I just couldn't believe how low, like,
And their GAs are getting
how,
30K.
how lowly unoverpaid he was.
Tops.
Right.
That surprised me. I had no
So
idea.
now
If
he's
you would
going
have
to
asked me, I would have
LSU,
said he
and
made
the reports you're seeing now are saying how much he's going to make there.
9.5.
12.
That's a $6 million pay increase.
10 years, 95 million. Is what I heard.
Do
on
you
the way
think
here.
Brian Kelly's worth that pay increase?
For LSU? Yeah,
Brian
LSU.
Kelly at all for any school?
LSU's just trying to get a name, man. They got their name, and they got it for cheaper than Lincoln Riley.
That is very true.
I'm going to say
But
one.
did they?
Sorry,
I'm going to predict one thing here on this coaching
Unlimited
carousel.
use of a jet?
Riley's was 12 million. That's what LSU offered him.
Oh,
Turned it down.
I didn't know that.
Of course, you turn it down because now he has
got
way,
got
a way better
purse.
deal.
Well, I mean, it's
Better
not,
weather.
It's not,
Jeez,
Don't
better
have all the
weather,
thugs.
his own jet, his
Same
own
rings,
houses.
way better.
All of his recruits are coming with
All his
him.
recruits are following him.
Half his team's
End of
coming
the
with
day.
him.
Spencer. Okay, speaking of that,
Lincoln
where's
Riley-
Spencer going to go?
Lincoln Riley wanted nothing to
I've
do
heard-
with the SEC.
I've heard
Yeah, 'cause
connections
he's
with.
afraid of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. You
I've
better
heard
be.
connections
Kudos to
from
him.
It doesn't
Spencer
fit
Rattler
his
going to
style,
LSU.
fair.
He's going to go to LSU.
I saw that earlier. Spencer Rattler
where's he
was
gonna
tied
go?
to LSU.
I heard him tied to the Hawks.
The Hawk,
You
as
guys-
in Iowa.
Guys, he's not playing. He's not going to take another snap. He's not good enough.
If he went to Iowa,
If
he'd
he went to
start right
Iowa,
away.
he would play over Spencer
away.
Petras.
Yeah,
and the other back.
that would be
he'd
a
go to
And
Iowa
Alex
right
Padilla.
away.
for him to go
But
there.
he would
Their
never come to
their
Iowa.
third stringer, their third
Ferentz
stringer
was never
transferring.
wanted.
Yeah, he's
Well,
in
Deuce
the
Hogan's
portal.
out. He's in the portal.
Spencer Rattler's not going to
How?
Iowa.
He was the starter next year.
No, the guy that they brought in that hasn't played at all is supposedly better than him even.
Oh wait, so the guys that are
true
better
freshmen.
than the actual starters are just not playing? That makes
I
sense.
mean, that's probably typical Iowa. They did announce that Petrus is starting this weekend. So
oh
that's
Lord.
hot
Oh,
on Michigan.
on the first team
hold on,
snaps.
don't talk
It's
about
only
that
10
game.
and a half? Okay,
Don't
let me.
We'll wait for that one.
I'm gonna
just-
change. Can
I
I change
just-
my dog pick now?
Yes. Sure can.
I just want to end before I start our picks. I'm going to end this on. If Notre Dame calls Matt Campbell, he's leaving.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
But whoever, here's the thing: it's pecking order. Who is their number one?
Matt
Well,
Campbell
Is
probably.
is
Or
Freeman
Lou
though?
Fickle.
Is,
Someone told me
Fickle?
Lou Fickle.
It's
No,
not. It's
but
not
it's-
in house right now, or else it would have been
Right.
done.
They announced that today. They said that. I read that on Twitter. They say they're not keeping it in house. They're not going to promote someone.
And if they're not, then
They're going to call someone.
it comes
They've
down
already
to
called
are
somebody.
they calling Fickle?
They probably called him first.
Right.
And so, like, if you're Fickle, because here's the thing. Here's my question on Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly is leaving a scenario in which only 2 losses have to happen this weekend,
And they're in the.
and they're in the
Playoff.
playoff.
Right.
How do you
And so-
do that, by the way?
So he's leaving that knowing
Playoff
that
team.
he doesn't want to get destroyed by Georgia.
So he left his
Because
playoff team.
That's the kind of chicken shit stuff
Right.
that Brian Kelly would do,
There, so
which is
let's
why
add
he's
on
going to
to
get
chicken
his
shit.
ass
he just went
kicked
chicken shit.
So I don't
stuff.
wanna cut
in
you off, right?
LSU country.
Let me
Yeah.
cut you off real quick because talking about him being a chicken shit. How long was his meeting to his team today? Did you
2
read that?
minutes.
11.
He was,
it?
no.
It
He was there 11.
7
The team
a.m.
meeting lasted 2.
Hey,
So that just plays out to you calling him a what?
between
sent them a
between when he
text,
start
right?
between when he
sent a
started
Teams
his
message.
That's crap. As
That's
a coach,
some
should do
big
that.
old bullshit.
Right.
between when
can't
he
do that.
started
Lincoln Riley didn't
his
do any better.
meeting to when he left the building was 11 minutes total between
That's
when he
nuts.
started his meeting and left the building.
That's
Why?
nuts.
How do
Why
you
did the
leave a-
players show up?
I wouldn't have.
I didn't think they would. I honestly, I
to
thought
be
it
fair,
would be
we don't know how
hilarious.
many there are.
Stoy,
We don't
speaking
know.
of team meetings, what did you tell me about the Lincoln Riley
So
thing?
Lincoln Riley, insider information from some coach, said that they found out before the team meeting. Lincoln Riley walked in.
What day was the team meeting? Sorry,
I don't remember.
I'm trying to get timeline.
Cool.
I don't
My
remember.
goodness.
I'm trying to get it. Timeline matters.
It was
Dun, dun.
literally it was a couple hours before it broke, and then the meeting was that day.
Gotcha.
So it was the same time.
day. Okay. That's
So
all
Lincoln
I'm asking.
Riley walks in, bawling, is what this tweet said. He was bawling, right?
Yeah.
The coaches, a couple of them left. The other ones basically cussed him out and said, It's your own damn fault. It was your decision. Don't cry. Get out. And they kicked him out. He was there less than 2 minutes.
I like it.
I wouldn't doubt that.
That's fine.
And the players
But
cheered.
also if-
and then, guess what? Stoops is on his way in. Stoops enters the team meeting within an hour, calms everybody down, is now the coach,
Right,
and
but he's
is
always gonna be the
frustrated
coach.
and pissed off about the whole situation because why would you do that to OU?
Yeah, but
and
why
then
would
there's reports
OU
that
do what they did anyway?
someone
so.
was throwing Lincoln Riley stuff out, and it was Stoops.
No, did you see the video?
I want to see the video.
It was over a ledge.
He was
Like,
throwing it over the ledge of a 2-story building.
Can't confirm if that was actually
you can't,
Stoops.
But you can see boxes
can't tell
coming
if it's
from the
actually
University
Stoops
of
or not.
Oklahoma.
But
or
it
if
is.
it's or if
I
it's
love
Lincoln
it.
Riley's
It's
stuff. It might be
I
just
love it.
off strike,
It
but we
could've
can't
just
see
been
if it's
stuff.
Stoops
It
or not.
could've
We're not
been
gonna
it's
fake
steak.
news
it's
out
cardboard
here.
boxes full of peanuts. There's
We don't
no
know.
It was so fantastic. Though.
So
We're not
Ryan,
talking little boxes. This thing
Yeah.
was
Oh,
huge.
massive.
so Ryan and I
Coming
were
over
talking
the
about
edge.
like how long does Stoops stay? I think he stays for a year or two until the new coaching
They're going to hire
new
his
coaches
brother
come out. You think?
from Kentucky. Why wouldn't you?
That's true.
If you can have any success
Jamie
at Kentucky,
Chadwell, Coastal
Kentucky.
Carolina.
You're not wrong.
and you've already got
And Bobby will
Stoops
probably stay
connections.
around.
Right.
Something
Keep Bobby.
McCutcheons.
Bring in Mark. That's all I'm saying.
I know exactly
I
what
like
you're talking
that.
about,
I
James.
like that.
If you can recruit at Kentucky for football,
You can
tell me you
recruit
can't. You can't recruit it.
What do you say? Like climb
And bring that SEC mindset to
Cluster
the
hot dog
SEC.
Sure.
Which you already have,
Which you have.
which is the biggest problem for people coming into the SEC.
That'd
to
be a
recruit.
win-win.
That's why Lincoln Riley flew out of there. Literally.
Literally.
Oh,
Okay.
that was
What are,
true.
what are those big things like people are saying now? Cliff Kingsbury's tied to. The guy's in the
hell outta
NFL.
here.
He's
On a
doing,
successful team.
And Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
To
Get
Notre
out
Dame.
of here.
His dream
Somebody's
job.
Yeah. Well, everybody's like,
What?
somebody tweeted out. It was like Notre Dame's the second thing that's going to fall in Urban Meyer's lap this year or something like that. I was like, that's pretty good. That's pretty
Like
good.
something
However, I
doesn't
do
fall in
think
it every night.
His
What?
percent went
Do you think
0.
Notre Dame hires someone or keeps it in-house for the playoff run? Potential playoff run.
Do you think they go interim and then they hire
I
after?
think it all depends on if
Who's up?
it's playoff, they won't do anything.
Correct.
If it's non-playoff, they'll hire
yeah.
someone.
You can't mix all that up in a playoff.
But it depends
Keep it.
if they're hiring Fickle though. So like if they already have an agreement and Fickle's like, "You're not saying shit. I'm coming. I got playoff shit to worry about." That's where I think they're at right now.
It could be.
There's no other way they shouldn't have
Unless
a
Fickle
decision
just
out
doesn't
there.
want it.
Because Campbell already would have said yes.
Unless they said, Campbell, we're not doing it until the playoff decision as well.
Fair.
We'll know by the end
Fair.
of this weekend, I
Fair.
bet.
Yeah, no, I
would
would say by next week we'll definitely have an answer.
Might
to that.
actually have it tomorrow. Who knows at this pace?
Right.
But all right, let's get to picks. Georgia, Bama.
Are we gonna
Are we going to
start
start
with the first?
there?
Yes.
No, don't start there.
I want to
Start
start
at
with
the
number one.
No.
That's not a hard conversation, is it?
No, but we should leave Georgia, Bama.
For what?
Michigan
What do you
Iowa
have
for
to
the
talk
last
about?
time.
That one's
game?
probably the easiest. That one's the easiest choice.
What do you
I
have to
think
talk
we have.
about in Georgia Bama?
Yeah. What do you have to talk about?
Okay, go ahead.
No, you.
You.
You're the one that has something to talk about. I
No,
didn't get
don't
nothing
wanna
to talk about in that
You
game.
guys go.
That game ain't got. That's not even a talk about game.
Wait a minute.
Georgia.
Georgia,
Cakewalk.
under.
Everybody's thinking that's going to happen.
Yep, that's a goon squad.
Ryan,
Goon lock.
thank you.
I think it's going to be over. I don't think Bama has a chance at winning it. I mean, I guess they have a chance at winning it, but I think it's going to go Georgia over.
Alabama, who could not score on Auburn, is going to go in and
Score
score
points
higher
against Georgia?
against Georgia?
Doing what?
I love that his voice is cracking.
What are they gonna? I just want to know what they're gonna do. What do you think they're going to do to score against them?
I just think it's SEC championship, and what I think about
He just needs. Someone's got to go against the grain,
no,
right?
it's not even necessarily that.
appreciate him.
It's not even necessarily that. I just
so
think.
then explain this slander.
Well, shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth and let me talk.
51 points.
No, not a chance.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Well, I think 30
We're live.
plus.
You can't do that.
I think 30 plus is coming from Georgia. I think Georgia's going to score a ton.
No.
Okay,
That's fine.
Georgia's going to score. Georgia's going to score at least two more touchdowns, I should say, than what Auburn did on Alabama. So they might get up to 38, and I think Alabama can score 14 points against Georgia.
I respectfully disagree.
I think
I
think
respectfully,
Georgia's
heavily
going to
disagree.
smack them. They're going to get smacked.
That's fair.
thinking
I
like
think this is going to go
24-7.
over. Hey guys, I'm still on this whole Georgia's going to smack them train. I just think that it'll go over, and Alabama will score 14
He thinks it's
points.
going to be way more entertaining than I do. I don't think it's going
It's
to be
going to
that
be a great
entertaining
defensive
of a
game. It's going to be
game.
awesome. I'm going to love the
lot of
shit out
dudes
of it because Bama's
flying
gonna lose.
around.
All right, so we can move on because clearly that was an easy one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Houston, Cincy. Intriguing.
This one's actually kind of interesting here.
Ryan, you're my guy on these
Brad's
games.
watching, and he says that once we get to the Iowa game, he's got an announcement. So he's going to wait a minute.
Ooh, nice.
Good. He can wait his ass.
I know.
What?
Wait it, Brad.
Houston. What do you know about Houston?
Not much. I know they score,
You're my guy.
and I know
You're
they
my
only have
guy.
one
I'm
loss.
your guy on these weird games.
Yes, because you love Maction so much. I figure Houston, it's right up your alley. I know it's
No,
AAC,
I love Coastal
but-
Carolina and I love Maction.
I've watched
Right.
some Houston.
I mean,
Houston plays at
Houston
a fast
fits in there.
pace.
Yes.
They are a
that is my big,
fast-paced playing team, which is why I took
Fast-paced.
the over in this game.
but the only thing is Houston is nowhere near as fast as what Cincy
And they're
is.
not going to keep up
Guys,
with Cincinnati.
there's gonna be
It's
a
gonna
lot of points.
a race.
There's
There's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of points.
Right.
But does SMU was a fairly fast-paced team, just like we were talking about, and
SMU is not on Houston's level.
I don't disagree. But they were a fairly fast-paced team,
Please tell
and
me that
Cincy's
SMU
defense,
beat Houston this year.
No, they only Houston only won by 7.
yeah.
That's what I
So Cincy,
Right.
but Cincy's defense
Good matchup.
shut SMU down. So that's what I'm saying. Do
Houston
they-
went to
are
OT against Eastern Carolina. East
Yeah,
Carolina.
because Cincy has a good
Lord.
defense. They got
Exactly.
a strong defense. Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Which
So
is- and
yeah, they have a
Desmond
fast
Ridder.
They have a fast-paced offense.
Right.
Houston does, but
Right.
so did SMU, and Cincy shut that down. Cincy plays against each other in practice all the time, so they're probably playing up tempo against each other all the time, trying to make each other tired.
Okay, let
Cincy.
me read this paragraph just because we're supposed to have a nerd who does this, and I'm not one of them. Houston is 5-2 against the spread in the last 7 conference games, 1-4 in the last 5 as an underdog, while the over is 5-1 in their last 6 road games. Cincy's 8-3 against the spread in the last 11 home games, and 5-0 in their last 5 against a team with a winning record, while the under is 5-1 in their last 6 as a favorite.
Yeah,
Isn't that the most mixed bag of information you could ever have?
But you can also
A lot of
throw.
contrarian information.
I learned
you
my
can-
lesson.
Some gonna break.
So this is what it is. I learned my lesson by even thinking that SMU had a sniff of covering a spread against Cincy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go all in on Cincy. I'm going Cincy money line, Cincy to cover 10.5, and I'm also going over on this one.
Cole, what do you got?
I'm going Cincy under.
10.5 is such a weird line, but
Yeah.
Cincy's going to win by 14 plus.
Story.
Cincy, Houston,
Oh boy,
over.
it's gonna be a shootout. And also,
I like a little.
I like
think if it
I
hits
like
the
that we're
over,
reading all
Houston
these
covers.
stats.
That's why.
I like we're reading all these
But-
regular season stats, but I feel like championship weekend when these games matter more, you could throw half that stuff out.
Oh, completely
Yeah,
agree.
absolutely.
Half
So
that can get
this is
thrown out.
what I hope doesn't
Absolutely.
happen to Cincy. Is Cincy craps to bed because they know that there's so much on the line during this game.
You want Notre Dame in. First of all,
Every
I want
game
Cincy to
Cincy's
drop out of
played
the
I
top
this
want
year
Notre Dame in. Why do you want Notre Dame
has
in?
no
I'm
need.
saying
wants
I'm
to-
saying I
Georgia
hope
would
Cincy
stop
doesn't
Notre
do
Dame.
that.
Yeah, but every game this year, Cincy's known they'd have to win.
That's an easy bet.
That line would be
Everybody knows that
30
they
at
have to win
least.
every game. So
They can't
I'm
do
just
that
saying
in
with
the
this
playoffs.
game,
What if they
there's so
said
many more
Georgia minus
implications.
30 to championship.
Because
I'm
at the
gonna
beginning
take
of the
it,
year,
yes.
I don't. Not a lot of people would have even thought that this was going to happen.
Right. No,
That's what I'm saying.
Next game, go.
Baylor, OK State. This is a line that doesn't make any damn sense to me.
It's Oklahoma State minus 4.5, money line 225. Oklahoma State's favor. Totals at 46.5.
Why? Why?
Do you really want me to tell you why?
I mean, I.
what is this?
ideally-
Is this like a 27-17 game?
It's Jerry Bohannon.
Oh.
That's the Baylor quarterback.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
you guys-
So I'm also not
they
understanding why, because it'd be
squeaked
more.
by Texas Tech.
Right. So also what they're saying
They
is
were looking
that
ahead
Oklahoma State,
to a game they didn't know if they were going to play in.
playing.
Oklahoma State last week, maybe just I don't want to say because
They did
there's
the
like
job.
kids watching, but
What?
like
There's kid. I don't think so.
just like
On
they
Twitter.
shot their load last week.
I mean,
in
Oklahoma
that-
State did exactly what they've done all year last
But
week.
that was a big time game.
It was. But it was at
but
Oklahoma State.
They're playing to go to the playoffs.
And it's against Baylor.
If Baylor doesn't have their quarterback, they don't have a shot.
No, I agree. That's why I'm Oklahoma State, and
I-
under.
Ooh.
Well, we do know that
I think Baylor's going to score against
of
them.
any teams in the Big 12, the only one that has defense is Oklahoma State.
And Baylor's like, they're not like a running.
And Baylor doesn't score a lot this year, and
Yeah,
also they
Baylor
might
doesn't
not be
score.
without their quarterback.
And Oklahoma State doesn't care if they score a lot. Like they'll score a lot in games where they need to.
And
Like
then
they
they'll
played
stop
up.
you.
They played
I
up
like
tempo
that.
with Oklahoma
You know
last
what?
week, and this week they'll
You know
play
what?
slow with
Typically-
Baylor.
Typically, you should fade Cole.
Yeah, and you probably
But
still should.
I really
let's
like
be
this,
honest.
and I probably should.
Yeah.
I'll probably regret this.
You will.
because it's going to make me physically
No,
ill.
I'm fine.
Thanks, Brad.
Up top, I'm fine.
Yeah. That's true.
Yep.
True.
Yeah.
So we'll be all right. But I
Fade hard
agree.
double up.
I don't.
You're
This
taking the
line
same
doesn't
thing.
make any damn sense. Oklahoma State's going to win by at least 2 scores.
Yeah,
That really sounds like
I
me.
wish I could whistle like
that
that.
Baylor
Literally last week.
again, just like he said, if that dude's out, there's no shot
Jerry
whatsoever. So
Bohannon, the
Oklahoma
quarterback.
State,
What's the if about it?
I'm going under.
Yeah.
I'm going under
hurt
as well.
himself
So he's
last
not.
I like
so
the
he's not
under in
going to
this
even be
game.
100.
He's
percent
day to
Even
day
if it's the
right
Big
now.
12 and
care.
everybody says Big 12
not
plays on
100%,
defense,
You have to be 100.
this team
He's
plays
not
defense.
100%.
I know.
He's
I've
got a
been
leg
trying to
injury.
argue
He's
with
been
James all
day-to-day
year
all
about
week.
this
Okay,
Big 12 SEC defense thing because there's more points.
He's
scored
going to
in
be
the
ruled
SEC
out.
than there's in Big 12.
Game time this game's going to go to
100%.
7.5.
What'd you take, Ryan?
Oklahoma State under.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is my favorite game to talk about. Go.
Number 2 Michigan versus number 15 Iowa in Indianapolis for the
Let me
Big
triple
10
check.
championship.
I want to triple check that that's what that line opened, but I'm. Go ahead. Just
I
tell-
never
say
the
what it
current
is.
line-
I never saw that game at 6.5.
Current line
I looked
is
early.
Michigan minus
I looked
10.5.
early this
And what
week.
did you see that when you looked early?
10.5 is that's the lowest number.
That's
I've
not
seen.
what it
No,
started
it
at.
came out at 6.5.
Right. It did not start at 10.5. There's
Current
no
line
way.
Michigan 10.5. Money line is minus
It got to
520.
11.5 at one
The
point.
total is at
Did.
43.5. Brad Heisler, let's
Yeah, it was
let's see
11.5
here.
Yesterday.
What's Brad's comments on here?
Oh. Brad said, "Attention, man! Announcement: I will be taking Iowa this Saturday with the points. Thank you."
Congratulations, Brad.
10.5 in 43.
Did he also hear that Petrus was starting?
When did
Does
that get
he know
announced?
that? If he doesn't,
Kirk Ferentz's press conference when they released the depth chart.
And Petrus is in an interview taking all of the first team reps.
That'd be bold by Iowa to give Petrus all the first team reps and then start Padilla.
it'd probably work out better for him.
Well, it's not gonna work out worse.
It was.
Well, that's
6.5.
what happened all year, right? He got all the first team
Was it?
reps, and then Padilla
Yes.
came in.
I hope somebody got in on that. Did you get in on that?
No.
Oh, you're stupid.
So what is
They
it now?
to be fair, they closed
10 and-
fast.
10.5.
It was 11.5
10.5.
yesterday, so you got to follow the money, right?
And the total is 43.5.
But you start to follow the money.
I don't
Did you
understand.
touch my button?
I don't. Did you just touch it?
First
I'm
time.
gonna touch the
First
button.
time. They feel good?
Felt
If
good.
Michigan gets up,
Firm.
I don't see how Iowa's going to catch up.
They can't.
How are they going to catch up?
Here's
can't.
my one question, group answer or just nod of heads. Do you think that Michigan makes any egregious errors?
One.
Special teams or interceptions?
One. Just one.
There's your answer.
Just one.
Is
But one's not
It's
enough.
going to take multiple for Iowa to be in the game.
Yeah.
One's not enough.
It's going to take a special teams play or two, and it's going to take a turnover or two while Iowa.
If you hook up to Bluetooth,
They don't have to play perfect, but while Iowa doesn't make mistakes, while Iowa just runs their offense and punts the ball.
right.
repeatedly. And Michigan's defense looked pretty good last week.
Mhm.
Iowa's defense did not.
They didn't, but do we agree that Iowa's? I don't know that I can agree
Here's
with
my
that.
problem with
I want to say Iowa's the best defense that Michigan has played. Like this will be the best defense Michigan's played, but there's definitely arguments within Wisconsin, Penn State, a couple other teams.
Here's the
on
problem:
here.
is like you go around and because I was doing the same thing you're doing right now, Ryan. I was like, okay, Michigan played Penn State really close, 21-17, something like that.
Yes,
But blew out Wisconsin.
Cherries.
38-17.
But then
get you
played
some.
close with Michigan State. Did they play Purdue?
They did not play Purdue this year,
And then played close with Nebraska.
right? And Rutgers.
3-point game. So like you throw Iowa in there, and like Iowa's like some type of mix of like those 3 or 4 teams: Penn State, Wisconsin, Nebraska. Call Iowa somewhere in that group of teams.
Yeah,
2 of those teams they played close. 1 of them they blew out. Never a game. It's like, okay, which Iowa
and which Michigan?
and you're on neutral site, which makes a difference.
I completely agree.
That Michigan beat Penn State at Penn State and throttled Wisconsin at Wisconsin. Neutral field, indoors, so you have no weather. I just do not see Michigan making the mistakes that would allow Iowa to be in the game. And at the end, if Iowa is in the game, then I expect Iowa to make a play to be able to win it because I think Michigan will pee down their leg.
Agreed, but nope.
I just don't see that ever getting to that point. Michigan's offensive line and defensive line are too dominant to allow that, in my opinion, as long as they just don't get pass happy or penalty happy or something like that.
If they run the ball and stick to that game plan like they did against Ohio State,
Iowa is only in games, and when they win, is only because their defense essentially scores them points.
Special teams, defense and special teams
That's
for Iowa. Absolutely.
If that's not there, they don't win.
Yeah. I mean, no, yeah,
A
that's why they're
championship
10-2.
caliber team like Michigan is not going to do that. They're not going to make those mistakes. They'll make one.
Right.
Their quarterback always throws a
Saying
stupid
championship
pick.
games, though, lend for nerves, lend for a team like Iowa to capitalize on those mistakes. So that's why there's a chance. Like, that's why it's 10.5 and not 13.5 or 16.5 or whatever.
I agree. I think Michigan gets up early, and then Petrus Dish or whatever their backup is.
Maybe they'll
They're
switch at
going
halftime.
to-
They'll
they're-
probably switch at halftime.
They're
again.
going to make the mistake
So here,
because they're going to have to come from
here's
behind.
my one thing that I'm kind of looking at with Iowa this year too is I feel like
Similar
Iowa
Oklahoma
always has
Michigan.
this one big
Absolutely.
surprising win.
Across the board, yeah. Go ahead, Ryan.
There's always big surprising win.
Yeah.
And I don't know that they've really had it this year. Like them beating Penn State wasn't that surprising because Penn State, I'm definitely not taking Michigan to cover the spread.
I feel like my Iowa friends feel like every competitive Iowa game was a surprising win. Penn State, Iowa State.
My family said that the Iowa-Nebraska game was
Nebraska.
going to be an absolute blowout. And I was like, first of all,
For
you got
Iowa?
to follow the damn money. And second of all, nope.
Like they thought Iowa was going to blow them out?
Absolute blowout. Now, I think
Yeah,
that's
I
just
think-
because the
Right.
knowledge of football and stuff. But
Well, they
part of
blew
it-
them out in the fourth quarter, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad they were down 3 touchdowns.
Too bad they were blown out before that.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I like Michigan in the money line
totals-
better. The spread, I like Iowa. It's one of those weird lines. I think this 10.5 is at that weird number. No. You talk about it every week,
Threes
so
and
don't even
sevens.
say no.
3s and 7s only.
3s and 7s, not 10s.
What's 7 plus 3?
Well, then you just made up your
You're
own.
welcome.
That's a double negative. That's a positive.
You're just saying this because you're an Iowa fan.
No, I'm not an Iowa fan.
Do you honestly think that Michigan's not going to roll Iowa this weekend?
So I like your under pick, and Iowa will cover the spread because this will go under. If it goes over, Michigan blows them out. I like the under in this one. That's why I think Iowa can keep it close enough to cover that spread.
What do you think, though? Like, what is your prediction? Because in my head, I'm thinking Michigan wins 30-something to 10.
Which is why you should take the over.
I'm thinking like
30-10.
No, you said
31-10. 32-10.
He said
33-10.
I
Stop.
Then I stop.
I think it's going to be like 24-17.
Okay.
No, give me the over. There's going to be points.
Yeah. I agree with Stoy.
There's just going to be points.
I just don't know. I think Michigan score 42?
That's the question.
They're going to
It'll
score.
be between 30 and 42.
Because Hankins is out, so they lose one of their top DBs, their safety, and like that guy's just a difference maker. But if Petrus wasn't starting, I would probably have been on your
Spread pick.
because
yeah,
Petrus. So don't get me wrong, Padilla not statistically any better, but you
But he
watch
can
the
move
game.
better.
The game flow with Iowa's offense was
better.
They get more first down. They don't really
Right.
score any more
They
points.
move.
They score a few more points, maybe, but like they keep the ball, which they need to keep their defense off the field,
Cramping?
and they just
Okay, Nikki
if
Nicole.
they don't,
Sorry, guys.
then they can't win the game.
It's a cramp over
Cramp.
there.
Got him.
Yeah.
Get that man some water. Here, I got an ice cube.
No.
Pickle juice is in the lobby.
Some electrolytes?
Yeah, the hypervolt thing.
So I think if Padilla was starting, I would feel a lot better about it. I do not feel good about Petrus. I think Michigan is gonna. He actually they would be best off if Petrus somehow got unfortunately sidelined in the first quarter. Iowa will have a better chance.
Absolutely. If he gets hurt.
All right, let's move. Let's move to the bottom here with our money line locks.
Yes.
I just said if he gets hurt, that's an advantage to Iowa.
Let's move down to our money line, all of our lock picks. Money line lock, Stoy, what do you got this week?
App State, baby. Let's go.
Minus 142. Remind me who they play again.
It doesn't matter.
The Raging Cajuns.
Yep. ULL.
The fighting Ed Orgerons.
I've been putting so much money on ULL and winning all week, but it's time. What?
New head coach of the Louisiana Raging Cajuns.
Really?
Or not new head coach, new mascot.
Oh, mascot. Oh,
live mascot.
As it should
Ed's
be.
just going to show up for the games now and
that'd be
just
dope.
roar on the sideline. And
That's awesome.
Go home to whoever
Little
his
ULL
hot new
action.
girlfriend is.
Yeah, a little ULL. App State hurt me earlier, but App State, baby. Let's go.
Go Tigers.
My money line lock this week, I got Western Kentucky minus 134.
Those Hilltoppers over UTSA 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, yeah. And we talked about it, too. We talked about Eastern Kentucky, I think, with Tom Boyle last week. Eastern Kentucky, Western Kentucky's.
You got WKU
better.
WKU.
Minus 134 over
See, that's tough to
UTSA.
to win back to back.
I got Cal minus 188.
I wanted that one,
Over
but they got
USC.
absolutely crushed last week. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, Cole, who do you got this week?
I've got Oklahoma State minus 192 over Baylor.
Come on.
And double check that game didn't get over 200.
It's at 225.
That's why I was like, I would have picked that one.
But you got the paper, though.
I do 192.
Yeah,
You
because
wrote it down. That's what it was.
I got it at 192.
That's too, but that's not
That's
what you
not
got
what it
it.
is now.
So
Are we sure? Double check.
Yeah, we're
double check and
positive.
triple check.
It's up top. Look up top.
But I like that one.
Look up top in the spreadsheet.
I can't see. It's better if your eyes don't work.
I'll give it to you at 192.
192. You want to give it to me?
I'll give it to
I
you.
don't. You don't have
That's
to give it
cheating.
to me.
That's
It's fine.
not, because when he wrote it down on his paper.
yeah, but we're live, literally live.
Live. Well, if that's the case, give me Pitt then over Wake, and they're probably plus even. No, Wake's.
Minus 152.
Yeah, give me Pitt.
I like that.
I like me some Pitt in there.
I like that. Good pick. All right, spread locks. Pitt.
You know who I should have taken?
Spread locks. Stoy, who do you happen to have here? Pitt. Minus 2.5.
But you start to follow
And they're
the
wearing
money.
matching clothes, too. I feel like these two have been friends in a past life.
Current
No,
life,
same life.
same life.
Current
It's the same one. Yep.
I'm taking Northern Illinois plus 3.5 versus Kent State.
Don't like that. Good luck. That's probably good. Fade me.
Maction, baby.
I know you know better than I know.
Maction, baby.
Northern Illinois
Oh,
looked
little
terrible
Rocky.
last week.
Little Rocky action?
Yeah, they did
because
not play
Valley
good.
does well
They were
this
no
year.
good last week.
What?
JMJ, who do you got this week on your spread lock?
Utah minus 2.5.
They get absolutely
Over Oregon.
crushed.
So
I don't care that it's a neutral site.
But
I don't care.
I'm taking Western
nor should
Kentucky,
you.
and these guys roasted me for taking Western Kentucky for 2 weeks in a row, and you're taking
Why are they
Utah
gonna
2 weeks in
roast
a
me?
row.
I don't care that's a neutral site. Utah should again roll Oregon like they just did. We should see the same result.
At Utah, that place was
Rocking.
nuts.
Rocking in Utah.
That place was awesome.
I can't be mad about
Shout
it.
out Yellowstone, best show ever. I just want to go to the mountains.
I'm not mad about it.
No, Utah was also my pick. So
I'm not mad about
Oh, that's what you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, because no, they
Mad
should
about it.
roll.
because the Ducks are quacks.
it. They played well.
Oregon.
They played well last
Still
week.
talking about Oregon somehow.
Yeah.
How'd they get in the championship game? Oh, that's right, because they're in the miserable Pac-12 that Lincoln Riley's about to go bust the shit out of.
Hey, wait a minute. Is there 2 Pac-12 games?
Well, the
Possible.
USC Cal game I think got like rescheduled or
Oh, it's a
something.
reschedule. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a
Yeah,
minute. How the
USC
hell?
gets to
James,
play
you
Cal
typing
on
these in?
championship
Just like, why is
weekend.
that?
Yeah?
How's
Nothing
that
like
work?
stealing the
What's wrong,
spotlight.
Papa?
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
Okay,
What's
we're
wrong,
good.
Papa?
We're good now.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Stoy, over under lock. What do you got this week?
Kent State, Northern Illinois. That is so many points.
You're doing that.
It's gonna hit
You're
74.
doing that again.
It's gonna hit
73.5.
You're doing
74.
it every
It's
week.
gonna hit 74.
It's gonna hit
And
74
I'm good
again.
this week.
There we
Go
go.
over, or did it go
I'm
up to
going-
74 and a half?
No, it's 74.5.
Okay.
So I'm
I had
going.
73.
Yeah, I'm going under.
My paper doesn't update on.
Northern Illinois did not look good last week, so I don't think they're going to score that many points. And it, by the way, they're playing in Detroit, and no one scores in Detroit.
the other team.
Which they're
Both they're both other
so
teams.
they're not scoring.
No, they're
Someone's a home team. No,
both
Northern
scoring.
Illinois is
They're
home
both
team.
scoring.
They're not scoring. They'll score 20.
You don't score until you score.
They're scoring 20, and Kent State's not scoring 55.
Alert, NFL alert. Daniel Jones is not starting this weekend. Mike Glennon to start versus the Dolphins.
Oh, perfect.
They were
glad I already
already
picked the
going to
Dolphins.
lose to the Dolphins.
Um,
Dolphins are
my
hot right now.
my over under lock I got this week is the Utah State versus San Diego State under 49.5.
That's USU.
Yeah.
Yeah. San Diego State.
What did you do that for?
I really like SDSU in that game too.
Who are they playing?
Side
San
note.
Diego State.
San Diego State versus Utah
Under
State.
what?
Under 49.5.
Thank you. Sorry.
You good.
It's a tough one.
Oh, not where I was supposed to type that. Go ahead, Cole.
Give me that
jingle?
SEC under. Georgia, Bama,
What
50.5 last check.
Why did you pause?
do you mean?
Well, you paused like there was multiple SEC games.
I had to look up.
Still 50.5.
Yo, don't.
Yeah.
Yo, we good?
We good? That's
Yes,
I like
sir.
that one too.
Go ahead.
Well,
And-
I mean, there's really only a couple picks here. I'm gonna have to go with Bama.
Oh, I took my underlog over under is Iowa, Michigan under. I'm gonna keep riding that Iowa
The
under.
Big Ten unders.
Sorry,
Um,
go.
My dog, I'm doing Bama.
Bama?
I don't want them to win. I don't think they're gonna win, but
Yeah.
we have to.
There's not too
You
many
can't
choices.
take Sac State.
Why? There's not well. There's nothing else.
Where do they play? In what league?
There's nothing else. I don't want
What else is
Bama.
there?
That's a loss. Bama's not gonna win.
I know Bama's not gonna win. But you keep aren't they in the
So then, can I put
We
NA?
can bet on them.
They're not in the FBS.
You can bet on Sac State, man. They're on right here in FanDuel.
No. But I thought we were only doing.
No, I don't think that could be the rule.
Oh, well,
Not this
hold
week.
the
Get out
shit
of here.
on and get Bama out of there. Hold on.
Can't no. They're not gonna win. That's a waste.
I know. I thought we were
No.
only sticking to
That
FBS.
can't be true during this championship weekend.
Okay,
There's
that's
not
fair.
that many
Then
games.
Delete Bama. I'll be back.
Do you don't have that many options after Bama? Anyways,
Yeah.
I'll
well,
be back. I'm not
go ahead,
choosing
Ryan. Who you
Bama.
got?
Going Iowa plus 370.
Woo!
I knew he was going there.
Again, it's that under. If it goes under, if it goes under, Iowa has a chance. If it goes over, Michigan's
why
going to
you
score
think that.
57.
Oh, I don't disagree at all. If
If
the
Iowa
things-
keeps this close, Iowa has a chance to win because that one turnover that they were talking about could come in a very opportune time for Iowa.
old pucker butt.
Okay.
And Harbaugh has
Cole, what do you
proven
got?
to be
Fucker, but
terrible
Cole, what do you got?
in close games.
Big games, Harbaugh stinks.
I got
Yeah, he just showed that against Ohio State, right? The biggest game of his career, and they smacked him.
He's had several.
He has
big
not
games.
had a bigger game than that game, and they smacked
because
him.
he hasn't put
So
himself
now
in an
you think
opportunity to
against
be.
Iowa.
He hasn't put himself in an
Cougar
opportunity
Nation,
to be in that big game
I'm about to
because
do.
he's stunk.
I understand we
Yeah.
live here, and but like, come on.
Yep.
Get
Give me
outta here.
Cougar, the Cougs.
Houston, what?
plus 330. Also put me on the Cougs plus 330.
They got nothing to lose. They're going to try some crazy shit
I also
out there
want
this
Cincy to
weekend.
lose for our long short thing too. So
Are you short, Cincy? Ugh.
beginning of
Yikes.
the year, it'd have been great. I mean, we thought, hey, they're not going to win that many
Bring us
games.
in NFL, please.
Hold on, I need to move this, and we got to push this button.
Ready to rock?
I only have Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, so like.
Oh, go ahead.
Can't-
Or NFL? Go ahead.
Chase, I need the goddamn button.
Chase, come
I said,
on,
play
man.
it again. DJ, play it again.
All right, game number one.
Voices
The
are
game of the depleted teams. Dallas at New Orleans.
Go ahead,
Dallas
Cole.
is 4.5-point favorites. Minus 205 is the money line.
Yeah, it started at 5.5. So let's see. Amari Cooper, I don't think he's going to play again. Half the coaching staff's out.
Look who your head coach is.
Who knows? Yeah, I mean, actually, it's probably better. Definitely time management. We're going to be better. So
I hope you're not up 28-3 or any
know,
lead
it's-
at all in the fourth quarter.
in New Orleans, but the Saints were one of 4 teams in
Hey,
the NFL
Taysom Hill's starting.
to go over in the month of November. Don't feel great about it, but I mean, Dallas has enough weapons. Like, you can make the excuses that their top 2 receivers out. CeeDee Lamb, I think, should be back this week. Cooper, I really don't think is going to play, so he's still struggling with COVID.
How many others? There's 8 total.
Right,
Is
but
it
I think
mostly
a lot of them
coaching
are
staff?
coaches.
I guess the report really hasn't.
Right. Yeah, I don't have a great feeling with the Cowboys right now. I mean, I think ultimately they're fine. I'm going to continue to have an optimistic view because they haven't been good in a while. They're in the NFC least, so but the NFC least plays themselves a lot here down the stretch, and I think they're just going to be a whole bunch of like 500 records in that. So Dallas is going to win the division at like 10-7 or 11-6, something like that. So
Capitalize it, you
give me
jerk.
Dallas.
You make it looks hideous.
At
Go ahead,
New
Cole, sorry.
Orleans. Gosh, Kamara I think is going to play, but I just don't feel like New Orleans can threaten down the field at all. I think Dallas is going to win. Dallas is going to cover. Give me the under on that game though. I just don't feel like. I feel like that's just going to be an ugly game. I don't know. Sorry, guys.
I'm pretty sure my entire
I don't have
pick is based
enthusiasm
upon
about that game.
our head
His
coach.
analysis.
Our former head coach is
Stoy, who you got?
not good at anything when it comes to having a lead or a good team.
I left that shot.
So I'm
out.
going New Orleans under.
Whoa.
I just can't do it.
I can't even be mad at you for that.
Can't do it.
I get it.
I just,
Hey,
and he doesn't play well.
Some wounds are deeper than others.
yep.
I mean, Dallas is still the better team, so I think they're going to win this game, but I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be an ugly game. Dallas, New Orleans under.
Yo, Taysom Hill's going to light it up.
Next game, Ryan. Go ahead. This your team.
Did you already say your picks?
Oh, Dallas, money line, New Orleans spread under. This game's gonna be gross.
Not a whole lot to say
It's Thursday
about this
night.
Minnesota
Gross.
Detroit game. Minnesota is -7 as the favorites and -300 on the money line. Minnesota should have killed Detroit the first time, but it was a very close game. I don't know why people play Detroit close, but they always play Detroit close.
Detroit is not that bad.
Just like what you just said, Stoy, not a lot of people score in Detroit, but Minnesota has been scoring a lot of points. So
And Detroit.
Dalvin Cook is out. He's out for, it looks like, at least the next 2 games.
Doesn't even matter.
Madison is
Doesn't
pretty good
matter.
back.
Same
He's
running
out?
back.
Kenny Nguanu
Popped
might
up
have
as
another kicker turn
questionable
this
on
week.
my
Wongwu.
He might have another kicker turn this week.
Wongwu.
Dude's killing
Don't
it.
pronounce the N. It's Wongwu.
Wongwu.
Mhm.
Kenny, I'll just say that.
Kenny. Yep.
I'll just go with Kenny.
Sure.
I like Minnesota in the money line. I like Minnesota to blow Detroit out this time, and I like the over in this one, just based off the fact that Minnesota's going to score points.
Give me the deuce on that. Skull Vikings.
Skull, baby.
Stoy.
Minnesota's going to win. Detroit's going to cover because it's that number.
Who's gonna say under?
Absolutely going to say under.
Wait, what number? Is it up to 7.5 now?
Just 7.
Just 7.
Stoys.
It'll get to that number.
Oh.
But no, yeah, I just don't trust Minnesota. I just don't. Detroit can't score, so I don't understand. Like, are you thinking a blowout?
I'm thinking Minnesota wins like 30 to 17 or something like that.
I agree.
I don't think Detroit can score that much.
Flirting with danger.
Oh, yeah, they can.
I think it's going to be close to that total, but I
How?
think it's going to go over. Because Minnesota's defense gives up points.
Man, it's going to be
Something late.
nasty. It's going to be like 13-3.
What was the total of their
Something
first one?
stupid.
I think
I
it was
know. You
13-7.
just don't like points in Detroit.
I don't.
Dude, what are they doing in that dome? Are they blowing wind through the dome?
I have no
or
idea what they're
What's
doing.
going
There's
on
just
in
no
there?
points
Like they
there.
play inside.
I don't like it. They
All
didn't
right.
score. Moving on.
I mean, their first one was 19 to 17, so
Gross, too.
The
These games are gross.
Is that
G-Man.
because the G-men are playing?
Yeah.
And we had breaking news that
Giants
Breaking
going
news with a backup
into Miami.
quarterback.
Has that line moved yet?
Oh, it's still 3.
Wow, surprising.
Wait, I take that back. It did just move.
What?
Just moved.
No.
I'm so glad I took that earlier.
It just moved.
No, I had it at 2.5.
Yep, now it's at 5.5.
Jeez.
Son of a bitch.
And the total went down.
That's all right. Miami can't do what Philadelphia did last week, which is just shoot both their legs off, crawl around with no legs on the field, and still only lose by 4 points.
Absolutely.
We're locked on Miami
Give me
money
the-
line,
give
right?
me
Give
Miami.
me the damn Dolphins.
Give me the Dolphins.
All
Give me
of-
the Dolphins.
Okay. And then over under for what, you guys?
I don't even. What is it?
It
41.
went down.
40 and a
It
half.
was
It went
41
down.
and a half. It went down to 40
That's
and a
why
half
I
after
don't-
that news.
Ew.
I mean, Glennon's not going to score more than Daniel Jones, so I still like the under.
Oh, wait, that's right.
How many points is Miami in score?
That's what I'm trying to question.
24.
21, 24.
No, I think they only score like maybe 21.
21-10.
That's actually a very realistic score for this game.
27-13, still under. Yeah, under.
That's scoring 30. I got to go Miami under.
I'm going Miami Giants under. Next.
Good homer pick.
Next, we got
The Falcons,
Tampa Bay
baby, playing at
traveling to the
home.
Falcons.
Ah, we're hot.
Still minus
Coming
11
off
on
a
that one?
Great win over the Jags.
Still minus 11 on that one?
Yeah.
Great.
Woo. Tampa Bay is going to win the game.
Yeah, we know that.
For our playoff chances, I would hope not.
Do we know that?
But that's a lot of points.
Freaking NFL.
Yeah, it's a lot of. We don't know that actually. To be fair, it is a lot of points. Tom Brady's undefeated against us. I think all stats have to come to an end at some point, but I can't pick Atlanta to win it. Playing better, defense playing better, offense playing better. I'll take them on the spread, and I'm actually going over.
Over.
There's. We almost put that.
Oh, Cole, you going Tampa Bay money line? What do you got spread, Papa?
Why'd you highlight me?
I like that. I'll put money on it.
Yeah, give me Tampa Bay both. I
Okay.
don't care how pumped up Matt Ryan is.
Over or under, Papa?
Oh, gosh.
Mind you guys,
Atlanta's going to
that we were within 3 points of them in the fourth quarter last game.
Yeah.
And then we threw 2 or 3 pick sixes.
Over.
That's not happening.
Hey, timeout. James just said he's going to put money on Atlanta in the spread, and he put Tampa Bay in here.
Over.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Over! Next game. Oh, go ahead. Sunday Night Football.
I also have Tampa Bay, Atlanta, and the under.
Yeah, we don't care.
All right, cool.
Why does that stop so?
All right, go. We got Kansas City at home against the Broncos. Kansas City's minus 10.5. The total's at 47.5.
A lot of points.
I mean, that's. I don't think the Broncos are not. I don't. What are you gonna say about the Broncos?
The Broncos are gritty.
And
So what?
AFC West matchup, divisional matchup.
they're not winning.
Mm-mm.
No, I think the Chiefs have turned it around enough to still
I
find a
do
way to
too.
win that game.
I don't think they blow them out though. I
don't like the 10.5.
I don't like it either.
Bridgewater controls the game too well. Doesn't turn the ball over.
I do like the under though because there's just not going to be that many points from
Did-
Denver.
Denver will try to control the clock.
Kansas City, should run the ball more, but they won't.
I mean, I'm banking on Kansas City winning the game based on the fact that they're not going to turn the ball over. But Denver very easily wins this game if Kansas City doesn't take care of the ball. Because Denver will take care of the ball. Denver will run the ball, and they're not going to give up multiple big plays. Like they may give up 1 or 2, but it's not going to be like a 40-point showing, in my opinion, from Kansas City.
Agreed.
So Chiefs, Denver, and gosh, it's 47.
Yeah.
I know. I just don't.
I can see
A lot of points by Denver.
20. I mean, Kansas City's defense has been playing a lot better. But
Denver get to 20?
divisional unders, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
When you
Ryan, what do you got?
I got KC at home. I like Denver to cover the spread. I got the over on this one. I don't necessarily love it, but
that's why you ignored me when I asked about divisional unders.
I know I think this is the one divisional under when we were going through. There was a couple divisional games. This is the one divisional one where I took the over on.
Yeah, I actually wrote over down on my paper.
Monday Night Football.
All right, Monday Night Football.
You've got that wrong unless the line completely flipped. That game's at Buffalo, and Buffalo is favored.
Yeah.
Who wrote this?
Oh, that's my bad.
It doesn't matter.
Right, it doesn't that
Just
much.
give me the damn Patriots.
Both ways?
Ride the
They're playing pretty
man.
well. Not going to lie. Ain't going to lie.
Somebody's got Buffalo
This is
figured out, and yes, they played better last week against a bad team, but New England's not a bad team, and
This one's.
they will win that game.
I mean, at Buffalo with the line and with the spread that it is, it's basically a pick 'em game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to follow suit on that one, Cole. I like New England. I like the over. The Patriots are scoring points. And you never know when Buffalo gets hot.
I'm going Buffalo money line, New England spread over.
Yeah, give me that under.
Oh, sorry, Stoy. What do you got?
Monday night, 15 to 25 mile an hour winds, snow.
Oh, he wants the under.
Absolutely give me the under. Mac Jones has not played in
Who?
those weather.
Nope.
Nope.
Do we know?
so you like
do we
Buffalo.
know
So
what
give
how
me-
big Mac Jones's hands are?
I don't care. He's not
Oh.
played in that
It
weather.
matters
That's
in
it.
the weather.
You want
Yeah.
Buffalo, don't you?
Josh
Give me
Allen has
Buffalo.
huge hands. So does Aaron Rodgers.
Give me buff under,
Can we get that football inflated?
please.
Buffalo can't run the damn ball. That's what
Ryan
No,
gets
no,
to the bottom,
they can,
please.
but they don't try to.
they won't. They can't against New England. That's
All
why
right.
New England's winning the game.
Alrighty, down to
Shitty shot.
I'm excited for that game. That's a
Down
first
to
Monday
our
night game
shitty
I'm
shot
excited for
portion.
in a while.
Shitty shot
Shitty shot
on it.
on New England Buffalo. Absolutely. Give me them Give me them Pats.
Let's
I can't
go.
believe I'm rooting for the fucking Patriots.
Yeah, how's that feel?
Jeez.
I couldn't do it. Either.
Oh, when you start riding them, you got to ride them.
Yeah, you do have to
I'm
ride
just glad
them.
you were
Take
able to
them.
get off the Cowboys.
Yeah, that was awful.
I know.
That was not fun.
Was Notre Dame? Is that what
That was his.
the other
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
That's not good.
Gosh, we're
Woo!
Ugh.
how's that not good?
I just
They
had
still have a chance to make the playoffs.
Playoffs.
Playoffs. They don't even
They got
have
a
a coach.
chance.
Ryan,
They don't
can you
even
bring
have
us
a
to the
coach.
bottom, please?
Where we
Yes,
at?
absolutely.
I-
Money line locks.
I had to change my money line lock up because of that breaking news with Daniel Jones. I did have the Dolphins. It was
Well, you
minus
have
180,
Cincy.
and now
It went higher. It went to the Dolphins, a bigger
yeah,
favorite
I was about
than.
to say that, because you said that, and so I had to change it. And I had to go to Cincy, so I'm gonna ride Cincy.
Cincy minus 174.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry.
I'm so confused.
Ryan, what do you got?
How does he have these? How does he have my picks in? I don't even know who I don't even know
That's-
who I'm picking. How does
that's
he
probably
know I'm
his
picking?
That's
Picks.
his picks for
You
sure.
just can't see straight.
I like the Niners minus 176 as well against.
So is Cole apparently.
It better
I mean, he
off.
probably does like that.
MJ, what do you think? What do you think I should do?
Just
I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I have the Niners minus 176. Cole,
That is what I actually had.
did you honestly have the Niners?
Minus, I had him at 148
What the hell just happened?
against Seattle, right?
damn boys.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Niners,
For a whole
Niners,
shot
Niners.
things, I really hope that the Niners end up losing. Who are they playing?
Seattle.
Seattle.
Oh, damn it! Come on, Seattle, have one good game.
All right, spread lock.
Just one.
I got to change mine.
Spread lock. Who do you got, Stoy?
Why do you have to change yours?
I had the Giants, but now not without Daniel Jones.
Oh yeah, you got to change yours. Cincy, baby, -3 against the Chargers.
Chargers.
Cincy's playing well. Chargers are lost. I don't know what they're doing in life.
Give me the Cardinals.
What is it?
7.5. Terrible number.
You don't care?
Nope. I just feel like
Money's
the
on 'em.
Cardinals are going to beat
Juice
them
is
by.
on them.
The Bears just can't score.
In
Cardinals
Chicago?
defense is good. Just doesn't matter. Like it's gonna-
Chicago's been
even if
decent
it's
against the
10-0,
spread this year.
like,
That's the only thing.
Chicago's just not going to score.
Oh, I pushed.
The only thing is Chicago's been pretty decent against the spread, I think. I actually have
I have honestly no idea.
the Raiders minus 2.5 against the Washington football team.
46 rain and wind.
Hmm.
Change anything?
I mean,
Chicago.
I can just switch to Miami beating the shit out of the.
I'm just
G-Man.
gonna follow Ryan. I'm going Raiders.
You right?
Smart.
I don't know what else. This is
You right?
trash.
That's smart, though. Over under locks. What do you got here, Stoy?
Chiefs, Bronx, under 47.5.
I got Eagles Jets under 45.5.
Because they both can't score. That game is going to be awful.
Right.
Not
Eagles
as
Jets under
not as
45.
awful as the Baltimore at Pitt game, 44 under.
That
That's two
might
teams
get
that
to
are just-
17.
I have the exact same
Such a
thing as Cole
terrible-
has.
Wait, hold
game
on.
to watch.
Baltimore Pitt. Yeah, it's 44 still.
I have the exact same thing Cole has. I have Baltimore Pitt under 44.
Jeez.
There's your divisional under.
Oof.
He
How about just a
Moneyline
toilet
dog.
bowl under?
Let's go, Bass. At Chicago with that weather now? Let's go.
Is Dalton starting again?
Yes.
Moneyline.
Well,
You're gonna,
that's not
That's
confirmed.
actually better for the Bears, honestly.
I got the
absolutely.
Jets plus 220.
Over who?
Eagles.
Yeah,
Eagles at home.
Because the Eagles are bad.
I got the Broncos plus 360 against the Chiefs. I think the Broncos have an opportunity to control that game like we talked about.
Wow.
Cole?
I also had the Broncos, but I don't love that.
No, how
But
could you?
It's fine. I'll stick with it.
Fade him. Audience.
There's just not a lot of
Fade.
choices.
There really
That was
is.
my
That was
favorite.
Cole,
Well,
choice.
I'm not.
I don't like
I'm
the
not a
Jets
big
or-
fan that we have a lot of the exact same picks
I
down
don't
here.
like the Jets. I don't like the Jets.
I like it.
Or Bears to win. So
Yeah,
those are the other two options.
No, you could have went Falcons.
Breaking news. Where's my breaking news sounder?
I don't
Chase.
have
Oh,
Breaking news sounder.
one. Playoffs
the
out.
Playoffs came out.
Wee wee wee.
What we got?
Exactly what we expected.
Oh, okay, cool.
Georgia, Michigan, Alabama, Cincinnati, Oklahoma State, Notre Dame.
Oh, look at that.
We already knew that.
They are what we thought they were. I don't even have anything to talk about. I'm not even mad about it. Oklahoma State wins this weekend. Alabama loses. Oklahoma State's in.
And there it is. Since he loses, Notre Dame's
Cincinnati,
in.
Notre Dame. Yeah, it's just
It's
Ryan,
pretty
take us
ho-hum
out.
at this point.
They just, Bama just, they won't put Bama 3 weeks in or 2 weeks in a row against Georgia. So
Yeah,
that's the only
I mean, they're already 3. So you don't
Yeah.
go from 3 to 4 losing to Georgia, I don't feel like, without Oklahoma State.
other,
someone else done.
As long as Notre Dame doesn't win this weekend, doesn't lose this weekend, they should be okay.
They might. They're losing right now. They don't have a coach.
Maybe that's winning.
Fair.
Addition by subtraction,
You're
bud.
kind of right.
Maybe
All right, fellas. Good stuff. Good stuff. Obviously, a good week last week. Hopefully, we keep the train rolling
You
and
speak for
stay above
yourself.
that 51%. Hey, I'm saying overall we had a
We're
good
a
week.
great team.
Yeah.
Some people have to hold the weight. Some
fine.
Some others have to pull us all down.
Some of us work out and get cramps. Others don't.
Yeah.
Hard to get cramps if you don't have any muscle.
Yeah. James, what do you think about that?
What do you have to say about that?
Nothing. I'm just looking at highlights from that 20-0 soccer
But
game.
as always, everybody, we appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, follow, share. We're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, anywhere you guys can get your podcast. That's where we're going to be. Twitter, TikTok, any sort of social media. Follow us there. Comment. Call us out on our picks. If you guys got any hot takes that we
Let's get
should be
some smack
following,
talk, baby.
yeah, absolutely. If you guys got any hot takes we should be following,
They can't because they're not.
put 'em
as
on
good as
us.
It's time